people out and let's at least 1,000 people get on. All right, guys, we're live on the show with you guys. We're not going to do the countdown thing. And I apologize. What happened tonight and nobody's on? We're just going to wait till some people get on. New York in the house. Welcome to the show. 57 people, guys. I want to apologize to our Farganites tonight. I double booked. I had Kimberly coming in with some other stuff, and Mark Victor Hansen was booked on the show, and I goofed up, and Kimberly wasn't in the back, so I just let him come on. I know you guys were expecting other things, and you can totally beat me up over it. It's totally my fault. Okay, guys? It is my fault that it happened, and that's why we came back on live, and we'll do a little bit of intel for you guys. I apologize once again if you're just coming on. I double booked the show and messed up. Kimberly was supposed to be on, and she had connection problems. And I had Mark Victor
new
Hansen,
shirt in there,
and I got Mark
my
Victor
new one,
Hansen.
like Dad's, the Second Amendment. I can't find it.
We're live, Mike.
Sorry about that.
But anyway, so we're going to come out and give you a little bit of intel right now. We love you back. Guys, me and Mike's friendship are strong. We're not going anywhere. If he doesn't make it to Florida, that's because Mike, tell him where you're going.
Hey, I have family members graduating from school, college and high school, and we're going up to have a graduation party.
Okay. Otherwise, Mike's ticket was sitting there to go. Okay. But he has family stuff going on. We're a strong team. We're not going anywhere. Okay. Anywhere at all. I'm glad we just got you guys on there so we can get that straight. Mike's not going anywhere. The gentleman that's helping us now, excuse me in the video if I said me, but he's helping us as a team grow our making things easier for us to get intel. Okay. That's what he's going to do. He's going to make things like if he gets intel, he'll automatically share it with me. He's developing an app where I can share it back with him. So that's going to make us all quicker, faster, and better intel.
Guys, also we're gonna raise the level with this alliance. We're gonna raise the level of integrity in our community. Okay. Not just here with the Frog News Network, but I'm talking about all patriots. The level of integrity has wavered immensely over the last 5 or 6 weeks. So we know it's the work of the devil. You know, he's going to take every last ditch effort he can to tempt us, as you've heard Doug talk about, tempt us with the things that we think we want when we should be going down the other road. So when we're meeting that fork, we're raising that level of integrity and making sure we take that right path with God and righteousness.
I want to do something we don't do much on the show, but I'm going to do it. With everybody that's interested in LifeWave, we appreciate all you guys. Know that our team is the fastest growing team in the company, period. Okay. And I want to give a shout out to Tanya G for joining as a silver level, Mark Gaster for joining as diamond, Sherry P for silver, and Paul Webb for silver. These are just not necessarily signed up with me. They were the last 6 in the tree. So I just wanted to call them out and say thank you guys for joining the fastest growing team in LifeWave. And we look forward to working with you guys. If that interests you, Mike, you need to pin your link back in the group. One of the administrators must have took it ground. So if you'll send it to me, I'll certainly put it back. It was not me. But anyways, just wanted to do that. That's something a little bit different that we normally don't do. Mike, if you want to start, or I can jump in here in Telegram and grab some things that I had in case Kimberly didn't show up.
Go ahead. Start with your stuff there, Doug.
Okay. So make no mistake what's going on right now, guys. And I'm glad to give you intel. Make no mistake. They lost, and they know it's in the game of chess. Both parties know when the last moves are made before checkmate. The loser has one option: stall the game. That lasts only moments before the end of the game. All the shootings, Facebook crap, and the border, etc., is all stalling. The military doesn't need the audit results. They have everything. It's all optics for red pilling the masses. White hats are working hard behind the scenes to expose everything from Fauci to Gates, the election results to COVID exposure, and bringing bringing down mainstream media. After events, the military will drop the hammer, tribunals against the leaders, and all three branches of government system that help the foreign adversaries to capture the U.S. government system and be brought to a coup against the sitting president that was DJ. Military is the only way faith, promises, and kept. Mike, would you like to elaborate on that?
Yeah, absolutely. Guys, the what you're hearing is something that I know you've heard us share over and over and over again, guys. We're watching a movie, okay? We're watching a movie, and it's got to play out to a certain point before they jump back in. Now, in my own opinion, and I think in several others' opinions that are in our in amongst our community, is that Trump, that 19 has had enough. Okay, he's had enough. He's seen enough. He thinks we've seen enough, and it's time for them to get moving. Okay, the rumor is that he's taking a bigger role than he was previously as the 19th president, and he's starting to move back in as it becomes more and more exposed that he's always been there in the first place, and in control. One of the things that I thought was real silly this morning, Doug, was that they said Biden's plane didn't take off because some silly bugs ate the engine.
Yeah, there's bugs. All right.
I can't pronounce what the bugs were, but it's like a locust.
Yeah. All them things. I'm sure. And ants in his pants and spider webs in his head.
But they concocted this story this morning because the plane didn't take off, and you just got to know that it's not reality. It's them trying their darndest by any means necessary to like what Doug just read is stall. Okay, it's stall. Our military has been helping out at the border unbeknownst to the mainstream, and those things that are going on at the border have been slowed or stopped. All right, but the narrative they're able to stall. Okay, much like Biden's plane taking off this morning after it got a new engine, I guess, because the bugs ate it.
So listen to this. Remember when we said that the first country that took over and committed had martial law would be like it would be a preset to what's going to happen here. And
right.
What's the name of the country?
Myanmar.
Okay, well they just gave their troops permission to use deadly force. And what that means is they're not going to put up with no more rioting over there. And I'm telling you, what happens over there more than likely will happen here. If people start rioting, it'll be the same way here. They'll be given permission to use deadly force on people. We can't have people tearing down our country anymore. I'm reading a headline right now: death penalty for traitors in Myanmar and use of deadly force for people that are tearing stuff up. Around 60 to 70 houses were burnt to the ground in Myanmar, armed forces on 117th Street. Why do you think this? Myanmar was one of the top places to traffic children, ladies and gentlemen. That's why Obama and Clinton used to go over there and fund that country. There's all kind of tunnels underneath of it. That's what is in these houses. They got the kids out and they burned it down, or it was a place where they stashed the kids. Okay. The tunnels have been done. Now they're burning the houses down that had anything to do with that. Don't you believe that's exactly what's going on there, Mike?
Yeah, absolutely. To add further to it, Doug, not only Myanmar is the example of the way it's going to go down. Now, the thing that we all have to be aware of is that our military is not going to attack their own people. Okay. However, if deadly force such as destructiveness is shown, they are trained. They will react first and think about that later. But once the first example is made, it'll shut it all down in the first place, I believe. Because a lot of them people are just a bunch of candy asses out there destroying shit because they got paid to do it.
Absolutely. But the burning of these houses right here, I believe they were all probably had something to do with bad things. Wouldn't you agree, Mike?
Absolutely. Many of them probably led to DUMBs and stuff like that, and you know, it's a way to get it out there in their country and take care of it without totally being letting the citizens know what's going on.
I'm going to share something real quick, Mike.
Let me add a couple things.
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
So the cicadas ate the engine this morning, right? And then I saw in the chat on the previous show we did with Mark, people asking if did we have a way of knowing if Biden was on the airplane, or if he's even in Europe, okay, at the G7. I promise you, what I've seen of the G7 and Biden or in Europe, and what you'll see is all CGI. Every bit of it CGI. There's not enough of them left to have a G7 summit.
Okay.
I think the plane left empty today because, truth be told, Biden is the Biden that's out there roaming around is either an actor in a mask or a double or a clone, and they will be taken out, and they already have arrest warrants, so they can't leave the country in the first place.
Okay, I'm going to share this picture, and let me set this up a little bit, guys. I'm getting ready to show you something we had made up. Okay, a T-shirt, and we might sell a few of them, but basically they're going to be rewarded to people that come on our show. They're going to be rewarded to people that help us moderate the chat. So there's a little bit in that. So we designed this cool new shirt, and I'll be selling them down in Florida when I go down there to help pay for the trip. Okay. But this is what the shirt looks like. It's pretty darn cool. It looks like it says Dr. Pepper. What does it say, Mike? Oh, you can't see it, can you?
Yeah, hang on a second.
Dr. Pepe.
Dr. Pepe.
And when was he established? 1885. When was that? Back when we were the Republic, guys, and then the Frog News Network on it. I just wanted to share that with you. We didn't have many made. This is not through T-Stream. We had this silk screened. It's being made in South Carolina. Our new guy helped us get this out. So we'll be rewarding people that help with the show and help to say nice things, and randomly we'll give shirts away to people just to let them know we love them and we appreciate them. Right, Mike?
Absolutely.
And I just wanted to share that with you guys because it's all about you guys. And I'm just glad that we got it out in the open. Me and Mike are friends. I went down to say we're close friends, and I think some people got things twisted. I got a little twisted, not with Mike, but in the direction, and we went in another direction. And I won't mention anything else ever about it, but we're on the right path now, and everything is just going to be. God has put us on the right path. So I want to thank our moderators that working in the chat. I want to get with each and every one of you guys when I get back from Florida and start, because I haven't even got the shirts. They're going to be delivered down at the event. What I have and what's left over, I have shipped back. And the moderators, you just let me know your address, and I will ship them on my dime to you guys to let you guys know how much we love you and appreciate you helping us out. And then randomly during shows, we'll just pick somebody out of the chat that's a nice person that has a nice chat, or we'll say, something in the chat, and you'll get rewarded with a T-shirt. What do you guys think of that? Do you think it's a good idea? Let us know in the chat, and I'll get a little more intel for you guys. Dr. Pepper doesn't own that logo. That's not their logo, bro. Wake up and understand what's going on there. That was designed to look like their logo. It doesn't say Dr. Pepper, and it's not designed exactly the same. but people always, it's been okay though, right? Unbelievable. But anyways, what's happening too, Mike, what I'm seeing a lot of in a lot of reports, and I'll click over back on Whiplash and see if he's got anything new. A lot of gigantic corporations, cartels are being taken down with drugs because they no longer have the number one thing that they made money off has slowed down to a trickle. Now they're trying to get the drugs in faster, and they're getting busted not only at our border and not only at our shorelines, but they're getting busted throughout the world. The biggest cartels are getting taken down because they're desperate to take extra chances to get their product and their nasty drugs into countries or out of their countries and shipped around the world. I'm noticing all kind of places in Southeast Asia are currently just going crazy, arresting people.
Yes, they are. And some of the intel that was posted in the Frog News Network group today said that we will soon see those arrests slow down so the EBS system can again get busy. And I don't know if they're calling it the 10 days of darkness, but the EBS system and definitely the arrests to slow down so all the new systems can be put in place.
Absolutely. So that's why we wanted to come back on and just give y'all some intel because we know you guys are hungry for it. And it was my goof up. I'm not perfect. I'm far from it. I'm going to tell you the truth and reassure you that everything is hokey dokey with me and Mike. And secondly, that we wanted to give you a little intel. We'll go for if you have a question or something, then get with me if you own your own silk screen business. We got a pretty good deal on them shirts, but if you can beat that, we'll use you. If you show me your work, hit me up in Telegram. But here's what, don't want to sound like that, but I don't want to get caught up in shipping t-shirts. I want somebody else. That's why I was using Teespring, but I don't mind. You know what I mean? I don't mind, but I didn't want to get caught up in it. We just kind of ran off 100 right there for the event, so people will be more aware. If I could talk one of the speakers in, like Mike told me, talk one of them into wearing one of our shirts on stage. Well, you can best believe Doug's going to try that. And I even might even have a little supplies from Linwood here in a couple of days. We'll just see how things go because our bud is going to help us out with some stuff. He's interviewing Linwood at his ranch later on this week before he goes to later on this week, and then next week we meet down in Florida. But if you got some questions, Froganites, please ask them. And once again, thanks for all our moderators in there. I'm going to get with you, like I said, when I get back, and we're going to send you all shirts, bud, for helping us out.
All right.
I hold on, Mike. I got to announce this. I just got intel from the other side of the world. I'm not going to mention his name. We are literally probably less than 24 hours from it happening, is what he's saying. He has intel from the other side of the world in Australia, and he says we are literally, I think, less than 24 hours away from the RV, and that's the reevaluation. But allegedly, okay, gives me pretty good intel, and if that's the case, hold on tight, guys. Some weird stuff has been happening in DC too, but ask your questions away, and me and Mike will be more than happy, easy for me to say, to answer some of them. There's been blackouts all across Europe today at hospitals, all kind of, what do they call them, attacks that they're doing, ransomware attacks on every place, a lot of hospitals across the world.
So to add to that, guys, at Trump's speech, one of the things that everybody's talking about today is that he, and I quote, okay, as a first step, all countries should collectively cancel any debt they owe to China as a down payment on reparations. Okay. A lot of the people that heard that are saying that the national debt has been wiped out. All right. Or it's going to be wiped out here in the United States as well as other countries. So U.S. national debt equals cleared.
Okay, I got some breaking news. I gave a little bit of information today, and I can't even remember what it was, but it was good information, and I'll think of it in a minute. But she just sent me something. Get ready for full-scale Democrat civil war. Things are getting real testy with the Democrat Party these days. Just months into the presidency, Joe Biden, that they all worked so hard for, the party of Jefferson and Jackson is sipping into the outright civil war. At first, the center of the factual fighting was in West Virginia with Joe Manchin, who refuses to blow up the filibuster, much to the jargon of the progressive set. So now there is even more. So it sounds like they're ready to go to war with a civil war in our country. Maybe that's why we just got that breaking information from Australia. I don't know. I just wanted to read that to you guys. And let me remember what I sent to her earlier.
While you're doing that, I'm going to add to what you just talked about.
Okay.
All right.
And Jeff sent us information earlier today that's pretty unique.
All right. So DEFCON 1 is predicted or projected allegedly for tomorrow. DEFCON 1, Fire and Fury. 9 states of D-Class ready to go live. Guys, the water faucet that's been dripping and increasingly dripping is getting ready to turn on hard and fast. Okay, 34 commands go live. Codes, command, action, non-nuclear.
Okay.
DEFCON 1.
Okay, check this out. So Jeff, our buddy, CIA guys, the guy that talks very direct, we love him to death. So he sent me this message today, and everything he sends me is great. So I ran into one of my contacts. I guess somebody sent him the email about Monkey Works was working on a thing on the helicopters flying the same path as Marine One. So after further investigation, they took the tail number that they gave in and ran it, and it's owned by a film company. And guess what? The board of directors is Steve Mnuchin. You are watching a movie. That just proves it right there. Every time Marine One leaves and goes from the White House, a film crew is filming it that is owned by Steve Mnuchin. What does that tell you, Mike?
Wow.
That's huge.
It's very huge, guys. And all this stuff is going to be revealed to the public eventually. You can only imagine. I can only imagine being at the head of this, on a physical level here on the earth, as well as God being the head of it across the world. The amount of thought and planning that went into place, military had to be the only way, is such a very valuable statement now to the fact, because this war that's gone on, this information war that's gone on, that's been played out in front of us in this movie over the last few months, without bloodshed that we're aware of.
Yeah, we've seen. We've lost good people, and warriors underground and the fighting in the DOMs. Somebody said, "Who is Steve Mnuchin?" Well,
Steve Mnuchin
was the former Treasury director, wasn't he?
Still is.
Okay, Steve Mnuchin is an American investment banker and film producer who served as the 77th Secretary of the Treasury of the Cabinet of Donald J. Trump from 2017 to 2021, and I would say he's probably still in charge. And if you'd like to know some of the other things that Steve's done, let me look up the films he's produced, and they've been some whopper films. Not just little. I think Independence Day is actually one of them. Let me look and see. Mad Max, Midnight Special, Wonder Woman, Edge of Tomorrow, right where we're at now. Here's some of the movies that he's produced. The House, Wonder Woman, King Arthur, Unforgettable, Going Out in Style, Chips, First Flight, Collateral Beauty, Rules Don't Apply, The Accountant, Suicide Squad. I'm skipping some of them. Central Intelligence, The Purging, Batman versus Superman, How to Be Simple. There's literally about 50 movies, guys. You don't think this guy knows how to produce a movie? You don't think you're watching a movie? You bet you are. What do you think, Mike?
I think he's all over it. I think he's all over it. Y'all see the picture of Air Force One escorted this morning?
Yep, this movie's about to end, Michael.
I agree.
And ain't everybody ready for it. I'm just saying we don't know what tomorrow's going to bring because nobody does. We've had 3 months, guys and girls, Froganites, to prepare for this because every day we think it could be lights out. I hope you're all safe. You know, if it goes down, you don't go to work. There will be messages, stay in your house. You should already have the things you need to survive for 10 days. Me and Mike don't think it'll last 10 days, just a few days. What'll happen? The lights are going to go out. You won't have any power. It might not last long, but when things come back up, you will get directions from the military and 7 Texas trumpets from the person in charge on what's about to happen next. Then the reevaluation, because they're going to crush our economy completely. The U.S. dollar, everything will be crushed when everything goes down, and it'll be what they call it is the RV, the reevaluation worldwide of currency. That means that some countries that are super poor will no longer be super poor. There's enough money to make everybody in the world a millionaire, but we can't do that. Nobody would work. But what's going to happen is you're going to see humanitarian aid to places that need it. No more homeless people on the streets. Places built. If people want help, they're going to get help. These things are going to start right away. And we know that just if you need read NESARA, okay? And we encourage you to go to DuckDuckGo, look up NESARA. Be prepared. If you didn't download movies to watch, you're going to watch tribunals and confessions for like 10 straight days on TV. It'll be military TV. Isn't that what we heard, Michael?
Yes. I saw in the comments where somebody said the FBI made a huge drug screen recently, got a sting. Guys, the FBI is nothing more than to clean up lapdogs for the C_A 3-letter agency, okay? So, again, we're talking about narrative.
Absolutely, and I would agree. You guys ask away with questions, but we know that it can't. Well, we're on the brink. We're on the brink here, guys, ladies and gentlemen. We're on the brink of civil war. If you haven't, why do you think they just announced that the Democrats want to go civil war? Because we're on the brink of it. They know, just like the chess game, they've ran out of moves. There's no stopping what's coming. We know this. I might have booked this whole trip to Florida and it never come to fruition. That's all right. God will take care of me anyway. That's why I kept delaying, and it actually ended up costing me about $70 more to get my ticket, because I kept saying, wow, it looks like something's going to happen tomorrow, and there probably won't even be a conference, and there's no refund. Maybe on the airline tickets, it's a no refund thing with the event. But I went ahead with it anyway. It doesn't matter, because I can't live in fear, right, Mike? We can't live in fear, but we got to prepare for what's coming, correct?
That's correct. Those of you that are saying that the audits won't be done, they don't need the audits.
They already got all they need.
They already got it all. There's a lawyer out there, I can't remember the guy's name. It's come out of nowhere, who has proof and proven that there was outside interference, foreign interference in the election, as well as the evidence from Italy and the arrest of the prime minister there with Mike Pompeo and the Indian soldiers through the alliance. Guys, there's all kinds of things that, once again, have happened that are going to take and end this movie a little bit sooner than they anticipated, but for good reason, because it's time, like he said it this past weekend or last weekend at his speech. The message was very clear. It's not going to continue.
Yeah. So somebody asked Mike, what is DEFCON 1? DEFCON 1 means intimate war. We're at war. This is a scare event. Remember that. You might see for the first time in your lives UFOs, and it might look like they're attacking. It could be a nuclear fake attack. It's going to be something to where they shut everything down. It's the scare. Okay, we haven't been at DEFCON 1 in a long time, guys and girls, a long time. But it's a scare event to shock the world, so we can shut everything down for the great reset, the reevaluation of currency worldwide, so we can put the QF system into effect. And once it's in effect, we can put NESARA into effect and start the new government. That's the whole gist of what's going to happen.
Allegedly, UK markets Monday or Tuesday will fail, and that'll start the domino effect of the markets, guys. That'll show the completion of the reevaluation.
DEFCON 1 also means that our bombers are in the sky. Nuclear bombers are in the sky. It's not a joke. Go look up the different DEFCONs. DEFCON 2 minutes to me, we're ready in 20 minutes, I think. The other is in 24 hours. I don't want to say for sure what they are. I don't want to misquote. But you can best believe DEFCON 1 means our military is in the air 24/7 with nuclear devices hooked to their bombers. Okay? This, just go look it up. Don't believe me. Look it up. We always say, don't we, Mike? Look and do your own research. If you don't believe us, do your own research. Please do it. Get prepared. Okay? If you don't hear anything first anymore, slide to the store if you're out of a few things. I've always got 80, 100 bottles of water, gallons of water stashed for washing and stuff. That's not for drinking, but I keep plenty of water at the house. I got enough food probably for 3 months. You know, we've been planning so long. I literally have happened to throw things out of the freezer because I don't have survival food that's been in there so long that when we initially thought, what was it going to be, in March, Mike, that we were going to get the shutdown, and
Right.
we've been waiting ever since. As we know, we had the martial law extended twice now, and it might be for the third time, but it's coming. All of this
with DEFCON 1, if it shows up tomorrow, as stated, fill your bathtubs with water. Okay, anything you can contain water in, fill
it. Here, let me look up, Mike, the different stages for DEFCON, so we can tell you what they are.
All right.
All right. The meanings. Here we go. All right. DEFCON 1 means cock pistol. DEFCON 1 is a condition level also called cock pistol. White alert. DEFCON 1 is what white coded is a maximum readiness level that is intentionally created in 1959 by the Joint Chiefs of Staff. Cock pistol means the United States is currently at a state of war, or that a nuclear threat is either in process or imminent. DEFCON 1 can be reached by the United States intelligence detects imminent or certain threat or either war or nuclear launch from other enemy forces. The alert level coded DEFCON 1 is white. Neither the Department of Defense nor the United States Armed Forces have ever raised the status condition to white alert on DEFCON 1. The condition level is cock pistol. It's never been implemented. Okay, so if we go to DEFCON 1, it's never happened before. All right, so we'll go to 2, and I think that's 12 hours. DEFCON 2, I'll read this too, and let me, bear with me, guys. I'm dyslexic. I don't spell good. I don't write good, but I try to read. DEFCON 2, or the condition level 2, is also called fast pace. This is a real alert. The red coded condition level fast pace means that we at the next step of war, of nuclear war. During DEFCON 2, the United States Armed Forces are ready and prepared to ship out in 6 hours time or less. Hence the fast pace. DEFCON 2, highest level condition level, is with the alert level 1 being higher than fast pace, the one we just discussed. The alert status may be changed to DEFCON 2 after the findings indicate the risk of impending attack and such attack that the Cuban Missile Crisis in 1962. DEFCON 2 as fast pace has been reached only once by our SAC team, the Strategic Air Command, during the Cold War and the Cuban Missile Crisis, with that movie with JFK, which was remarkable, in 1962 after Soviet missiles were placed in Cuba. What's going on is big. I'm getting more messages coming in right now. Hot stuff from Intel coming in right now. Let me read it. Okay, this is really blank and weird. So just did a track on Biden supposedly leaving the United States, and this was the first day they ever called it Air Force One, and or don't know what to make of it. Okay, this is something he just sent to. That was at 3:47. Our CIA guy just wrote, This is why Pearl did the lockdown, to get the reaction time of the skippers to get their sailors ready, as well as the Air Force to get the bombers up. Dude, it looks like it's happening, Mike. That's from Jeff. Let me get from over it. Let me get the intel out of Australia. Oh, I can't even speak to that. That's something else that I'm involved in, and I'll let you know in 6 months. If it goes through, we're all happy. But anyway, that's what I got with that, Mike. Are you still there in the stream, Michael?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I got kicked out for a second.
I apologize if I did something by mistake.
No, you didn't. You didn't. It's the internet here, man. I got new internet tonight, and it is not what they said.
Did you actually go get a new computer?
Yes, I got a new computer, new firewall, new everything.
Shoot. You know that firewall sometimes slow down your speed.
Mm-hmm.
But I got a VPN and it just still kicks butt with the VPN I use too.
Direct connect to my new computer.
Check this out.
I didn't even have 50 megabytes per second.
Check this out. So, I'm searching for tickets to go down there, Mike. And don't you know that they search your IP address? So if you looked at tickets 10 times, they keep going up because they're tracking you and they know you're looking for a better deal. It doesn't matter. They're all, remember when David told us all them companies are owned by the same people. So they know if you go to the other site, it's still you looking for a better deal. So I got smart on them. I changed my IP address like twice on them. Then the prices went down by $150. They wanted to get me at $430. I ended up getting the tickets for $340. But it was crazy. They want to see how many times you click on it, and they keep raising the price. That's crazy, man. That's called abusing people right there.
Yeah, absolutely.
But anyways, that's beside the point, guys. If things should break, man, me and Mike, if Mike goes to sleep, I don't get much sleep, and he doesn't anymore. If something's going on and we're up here and they're down in California, we're going to come back live and let you guys know to take shelter or whatever's going on, or giving you the breaking news. That's what we started this channel all for. I'm praying for every one of y'all to be safe. My buddy was telling me, and we had intel the other day, 2 days ago, that B-52s were right going up the English Channel, our stuff. So, yeah, the EBS will be soon as soon as things are turned over. You might hear an emergency. I don't know what they're about to do, but when people are telling me that they did that fake thing in Pearl Harbor was to get all the ships ready and the bombers ready, what do you think's about to happen? You think they're just doing another exercise? Do you think that was just an exercise at the Capitol the other day? Yeah, it was an exercise to take over the whole place in a day or two. Wow, crazy stuff going on, Mike. This is more breaking stuff than we've had in quite a while. Wouldn't you agree, Mike?
Oh, yes.
I'm so glad that we came on again live. And once again, guys, I did a boo-boo, as my daddy would say. I messed up a boo-boo. I double booked people tonight, and I just bring Mark in, Mark Victor Hansen. He's the one that's helped me so much just for interviewing him last time. And I goofed up and I just said, man, I don't have the right thumbnail made. I don't have any of your links for your show, but you're very important to me. And I'm a man of my word. And if I double book by mistake, you get the show. So I apologize, but there was a lot of good spiritual stuff about the book Ask that we had on the show tonight. Wouldn't you agree, Mike?
Absolutely.
I love talking to them people. They're very knowledgeable. He's a great motivational speaker. He's written over 500 bestsellers. He's sold over 500 million books. Great. You could get the Smart app and go directly to Southwest. Where I live in Virginia, Southwest doesn't fly a lot out of here down to Tampa. Okay. I tried to. I was at it all day, but it's over. I bought the tickets. They'll probably be refundable if the airlines get shut down, but I know the event isn't. That doesn't matter. God will reimburse me in another way. I ain't even worried. I'm more worried about everybody staying safe, protecting your family. If they decide to do the blackout, stay in your house. Okay, you should have been ready for this. You should have had batteries in your radios, right, Mike? You should have had a radio that will run, that you can wind up. You should have been prepared for what's about to happen. You've had 3 months to do this. So it's a little late in the game if you don't got everything right now. So I'm, Teeny Bit says, I'm awake. We know you are, girl. I'll call you later. I'm just kidding. I will call you and let you know if I know anything else. But that's where we're at. If you guys have any questions or anything we can help you with, like Mike said, make sure you fill your bathtub up. That's a thing like you do for hurricanes. Fill your kitchen sinks up. If you got empty milk containers, fill them up with water, not to drink, but to clean yourself with. If the water should go down for a couple of days, be smart. I hope you got a lot of batteries that you stored up on. Like I said, we've had a lot of time to prepare for this. Stay safe. Stay locked and loaded.
All right, Doug. A couple things real quick. They're asking you to repeat the intel Jeff B sent you.
Okay, gotcha.
Gwen, you can ask your question. I'll keep an eye out for it. Gwen Hebert, ask your question.
All right. So initially today, when Jeff got in touch with me at 1:00, so I ran by one of my contacts today. I guess somebody sent me an email about Monkey Works doing a thing with the helicopters flying the same path as Marine One. So he took the tail numbers of the helicopters and he ran them through the system, and it came back as a film producing company. And get this, one of the board of the directors is Steve Mnuchin. Mnuchin has produced or directed, I can't remember, excuse me, like 50 movies. He's a film producer. This is what he does for a living. He did before he was the Treasury Secretary, okay? So you're watching a movie. That was but the latest thing I got was that's not that one. That was something else about him suggesting that we copyright Froganites, then people can't put it anywhere else without a lawyer's permission. Anyway, that's what we're going to do too, Mike. This is really blanking weird. So I just did a track of Biden supposedly leaving the United States. This is the first day that they ever called Air Force One when he was on it, and don't know what to make of it. This here was why the Pearl Harbor lockdown is to get the reaction time of the skippers on the ships ready, as well as the Air Force bombers up in the air. That's the intel we just got. And the other intel that Teeny Bit sent me that said that the Democrats are ready to have civil war.
All right. So
go ahead, Mike.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm done. I want you to speak.
The question, a couple questions there I'm going to catch right quick. They're asking who's in charge of the high military. That would be Chris Miller and Ezra Cohen through our Commander in Chief 19. Okay, those are factual answers.
The movie's over. They're rolling the credits.
They're rolling the credits. I can't wait.
I love you guys.
So EBS and the market crash be on the news? Guys, I think some of the market crash will hit the news, but by the time EBS is invoked, if it is, that will be the news. They'll take over all the media.
Right. Somebody said they're showing DEFCON 5. The thing you see on the internet is not necessarily what we're at, period, because the military would never reveal what DEFCON we're at and until they're ready to reveal it. Do you follow what I'm saying? That DEFCON channel that you see on the internet is pretty much, what they find out. That's got nothing to do with the military. It's got nothing to do with our DEFCON conditions. It's just a website about it. Please know that. You'll never, when you see it move, it's their estimate, not the military's or intelligence. Correct, Mike?
Correct.
What about the military, the volunteer fire department? I would say this. Emergency vehicles probably will be able to come and go, but they're going to ask as we go through this darkness for you not to go to work and stay inside your house and let the military, they don't need any help. But we believe, me and Mike, that 99% of this is already history. But whatever else needs to be done, let the military finish it up. They don't need your hand. They don't need your help. Keep your butt right inside your house and your door closed.
I firmly believe that we'll be told to, especially in places like where Sharon Harris is. It's not far from where I live. Mm-hmm. It's about a 35-minute drive, but it's also about a 10-minute drive. Sharon Harris nuclear plant. Those sirens can be heard where I live. And if those sirens go off, it's automatic. Stay your ass inside. I mean, you ain't got to tell anybody.
Yeah. Somebody said, what about England? All we know about England at this point is that our B-52s were in the English Channel the other day. Not English planes. United States B-52 bombers were in the Channel the other day. Also, in England, many hospitals were hit with attacks today, cyber attacks, and they're actually having to write everything down, and the computers do not work, and the power's out at a lot of hospitals, and they're running off generators.
Yes, that's what most all major hospitals have backup generators, guys. They're big, humongous things for days on end. They could run power. You also have to know that the military is prepared for that as well. So you may see military show up at some of these major hospitals to be a part of taking care of them while the other things happen. I mean, from what we understand, every contingency has been planned for.
Somebody says Fort Hood Gate says DEFCON 4. So you already know the website's not real because the military base is telling you it's 4. And it might move to 3 quickly, and it doesn't go 3, 2, 1. It could go 4 to 1. It doesn't have to go up the command. I mean, if they think they want to put the scare on and say, hey, we're at nuclear war, they'll just take it from 4 to 1. It doesn't necessarily have to go like a stoplight up. Just know that. People said, can people be deputized? Let me say this, that the sheriffs in any town have more authority constitutionally than the police department does. And the police know this. They can deputize anybody that they see fit. Okay.
Look, if an operation is going down, guys, the police department will be ordered to stand down and follow the lead of those that are carrying out the operation.
If it's martial law, the military is in charge of the police departments, and they follow the police department follows military law.
Guys, we've been in martial law since 2011 or 2000 since 9/11 is what I'm trying to say. Nobody's revoked it, nor has anybody recanted it in any administration. So it's still out there and it's still active.
I would encourage everybody, if you've never heard that the sheriffs have that kind of authority, they operate under the Constitution of the United States, and have way more authority than the police department. And it scares the what out of all these liberal cities, because the sheriffs can actually take over. And that's what's being taught right now to sheriffs, that they actually have more power than the police. And but like Mike said, if the military is in charge, they all obey what the military says, and they will be used, but they'll be used under the military's command. Correct, Mike?
Yes.
What about the airlines? No, you won't be flying anywhere. You won't be going to work. If they throw the lights, if they throw the switch, you will be asked to stay in the house. You were supposed to be prepared for this a long time ago. Expect at least 3 to 4 days of staying in your house, not going outside, not going to look what's going on down the street. Keep your butt in the house.
Guys, when you talk about some sheriffs are Democratic and not following the Constitution, or not serving their oath through that includes the Constitution, those people, that stuff has been cleaned up. All you see of it now is just the movie.
Just get ready. Keep your kids, keep account. If they tell you to stay inside, it ain't time to let your kid go out in the backyard and play. Keep them in the house. Keep track of what everybody's doing. Don't say, well, I'm going over to my friend's house. No, you stay in the house with me. Keep track of your family. Keep up with your family. Keep your family safe. The Illuminati hasn't taken Washington. Throw that guy out of their group. Don't panic. Pray. I love it. No, we don't have much intel on Canada at this moment, but you can best believe when it changes here, they're next, then England, then it's just a stepping stone after that. Carry a Glock. I don't make announcements on what protects my house, but you'd be in sad shape if you decided to try to come inside. Wow, let me get that guy out. Go to Mommy's Basement. Your name is 2X. Go to Mommy's Basement. You don't use that language in our group, sir. Yes, right. Truck drivers will be essential. They'll be still running.
I'm not saying the whole country will be on lockdown, guys.
I think some of our moderators thought we were done for the night. I'm getting these. I won't even use it. I'm getting some of these people out of here.
All right. I think certain areas will go under a lockdown, not the whole country. And even if it is the whole country, guys, it's not going to be a great big, long, drawn-out process. It's going to be very fast.
Absolutely. Good clarification, Mike. Chat is too fast. We only have 1,300 people on here, okay? But I hope all 1,300 are listening loud and clear 5x5. If you want, I'll ask Jeff if he wants to jump on, if he's got anything else. If you guys want Jeff to jump on and see if you want to come on, I'll bring him on, because I believe this is almost like our EPS right now. I don't know what's about to happen. Put a 1 in if you want me to see if Jeff will come on. I'll send him a link.
Doug, you mean 13,000 is what they're saying?
No, 1,300. Oh, 13,000. I'm sorry. I think we could do 13,000 selling Amway.
Right.
We could be selling books for the blind and get 1,300. And they can't even. That's bad. I shouldn't say that. And they can't see what's going on.
Check with Jeff right quick.
I got you, brother. I'm just glad we got it all out in the open. Ain't nothing going on between me and Michael. We cool.
What is 5x5 means loud and clear.
Jeff, I'm leaving you a voice message. If you'd like to jump on, we started an Intel show just to come on and give you some of your thoughts. Please let me know if you're available. We certainly want you to come on, and our listeners want to hear your voice, sir. I just left him that message.
Yes. Whatever time the event goes down, guys, and the EBS or the story gets told, Soon thereafter, there's going to be an election where we elect all new people, but it's going to be 10%. It's going to be 10% of the size it is now.
There's
the government
right there. See him right there. That's the guy. And you know what? He asked me, "Do you miss me yet?" We miss you real bad, bro. Frogs eat. Let me grab that one. It said frogs eat Dems. We spit them out. We dropped the meat hammer on them scumbags. Nothing better than somebody having a pilot. I won't even get into that.
5x5, wall to wall, bring it all. Let's go, baby.
Yeah, I would. It doesn't show that he's seen it, so he might not be on. Let me see if I can ring him, and I'll just get his attention if he's not near. He's looking at his phone. I've never had him answer the phone when I called him.
EBS
might get him to look at it.
If EBS happens globally, they will take over all media sources. There's no way you can miss it. That's the other reason why they want you inside. They want you to see it.
There's no way he's sleeping. He is chatting back and forth with his guys, man. He knows it's going down.
My man says my pants have wrinkles. What should I do? Hey, man, turn them on. Put them on the right way.
Yeah, turn them around. You had them on backwards. Look at this one. Blah, 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 blah. We give it everything. I got somebody calling me. Hold on. It's Art. I'm going to mute myself. Take myself out.
Phone service will probably be down for a short period of time. I understand that maybe we could text. I'm not sure. And that wasn't very clear to us. You okay? Yep. Somebody, y'all can pull up the internet outages and online, and you can see how much of the internet is down right now. Guys, they're looking for the recap. It's getting so late that you'll have to watch the replay. What I know of the Pope is that most of what his sightings have been lately are CGI. At home, like, get the popcorn. Yes, sir. Have you guys heard anything about the Russian subs off the eastern west coast? What's going on there? They're there on our behalf, guys. They're a part of the alliance. Yeah, something weird's going on in DC. We're not sure exactly what it is. Yes, I'm okay, Chip. FYI, trade Trump 410, Biden 128. That was the election results. The U.S. military has seized the raw data server content and count. U.S. postal workers and poll workers were arrested for voter fraud, which equals treason. That's been repeated several times since November 3rd. Tammy's reporting that a local trucking company in her area had a truck sent to DC and was told to set up for the 19 inauguration. Wow.
Are you there, Mike?
I am, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hello? Oh, I don't have my volume on. So, are you there, Mike?
Yes, sir.
All right. That was our new bud that helps both of us on the show. Told me that it's very strange that his nephew is in the Marines. And on last night's show, remember how he showed there was no commander in chief on the wall? He said
Right.
he usually calls every 2 or 3 days. He hasn't heard from him in 2 weeks. I told him, I said, look, when they're deployed and they're getting ready to go into a mission, they take all our phones away. He's probably fully deployed on high alert right now. That's why you haven't heard from him. We've been pre-positioning these troops, these tanks, these aircrafts for years. It's go time. If it's go time, you're not getting in touch with nobody in the military right now. They're on silence. You know what I mean? Kimberly's she's another one that has a source, but people are trying to contact me. Let me jump back out, Mike. Keep talking. I'll see what she wants. She might have some intel too, or I'll let her know if she wants to come in and you want to hear about telepathy. But I think everybody right now don't want telepathy. They want answers. So let me remove myself out and get in touch with her real quick.
Yes, the cicadas swarm every 17 years. That's absolutely right. July 2nd is a good date for 19th. I've heard as well. Guys, what's going on is our back channels are all getting in contact with us right now. There's stuff happening. Three Gorges Dam is optics, guys. They're not going to kill 5 million people.
My name is Debbie Bass. I'm calling from State Employees Credit Union in Jacksonville, North Carolina. If you could give me a call at 910-347-1010.
I agree. It's about to hit the fan.
347-1010. And my name is Debbie Bass. Thank you. New message 226.
Again, Trump said that stuff, but he had to say that stuff. You'll understand. You'll understand soon enough. Jeff didn't respond.
Robert, this is Latoya calling on behalf of Capital Chrysler Deep Dive about some important scheduled maintenance on your 2014 Chrysler 300. We haven't seen you in a while. New message. Oh, end of new messages.
I think the narrative about Three Gorges Dam has just been optics, not necessarily distraction, but optics. They plan on taking that stuff out, guys, but they're not going to drown 5 million people to do it. A lot of the Gitmo list is real, as far as we know. A lot of it's been researched by certain people. Yes. I've heard that the updates on the phones will disable the EBS, but that I'm not sure of. That's just, I've heard it. If you do an update, just make sure you go to settings and make sure it remains on, or turn it back on. Yep, Hillery's definitely taking a dirt nap. That's right. Biden is not president. Yes, confessions supposedly will be played during the EBS. You'll see a confession for Obama. Susan, RV is reevaluation, currency, reevaluation. We don't believe that Biden was allowed to lead the country. Yes, you will see their confessions, Big Mike's and his counterpart. Babylon falling, absolutely. Already B_L over the heel M, and that other word that starts with A has already been dealt with, guys. You won't hear or see anything of it unless they show up. They will be met with force as well. The Big Mike's children were rent-a-kids. They're back with their rightful parents. I don't think that he got in a little. I think he might have got in a lot of trouble for his show yesterday. I don't know. I hope he didn't.
Are you there?
Yes, sir.
All right, that was Kimberly. She was unaware of anything. She goes, I can come on. I says, with all due respect, nobody wants to hear about telepathy right now. But I'm getting ready to send her the link. We have 14,000 people, almost 15,000 people on the stream, and we didn't even announce the show.
Yes, we. I've just been answering questions as hard as I can.
Okay, so
when
what
I
I'm
can
going to
see
do
them.
is send her the link for the show on YouTube. Let me get to the day ago. I don't even know how to do it right now. I'm so rattled. I don't want to bring her on. I just want to give her the link.
Yes, according to the executive order, one of the executive orders, the wall is being continued.
Why am I hearing about enema kits?
I don't know.
Oh, I got another channel going on. That was embarrassing. A little entertainment for you guys. Your enema kit. Oh my God, that's funny. We're live. Are you there?
Yeah, I believe it was Pence that had Phil McConnell shut up as well. I'm trying to read these things, man. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's another I won't say rumor, but that's another part of the story that's going around that three gorgeous dams already gone.
Yep.
I mean, there's a lot of flooding and devastation in China right now, guys.
Using HARP over there on them.
Yep. Y'all need to jump on Scott McKay's show and find out about Scott McKay. Scott McKay's a patriot, and he's fighting his battles.
Yes, he got some bad intel today, but he did what he was supposed to do, and I won't say no more about that.
Yeah, let it go.
That's it. But I didn't know he was live. But we got 14,600 people on the stream right now on the after show. But guys, just stay alert to what's going on. I had somebody that I talked to, not Kimberly, say, "Well, is it on the news right now?" I said, "I don't think they would announce they got bombers in the air on the news."
410 to 128 is what we're being told the official election results were. That's the Electoral College. 410 to 128.
My buddy from Australia just commented, flooding everywhere. Yeah, guys, they've been hit with like 7 weeks of torrential rain in Wuhan. Okay. And Wuhan is downstream from the, by 150, 200 miles from the Three Gorges Dam. But if that thing collapses, it's going to flood all the way past Wuhan. They said that it would literally take out 50 million people. I hope.
I said 5 million, so it's 50 million.
50 million.
Good
what
God.
I heard.
Yeah, I don't think they want that to happen.
Wuhan's a giant city, bro.
Yeah.
And it would flood all the way to Wuhan. And that's 150
It'd be
miles
like a
away.
tsunami, guys.
Yeah, it would just break everything down. They had actually, the reason I know it's happening over there is because the Chinese had a simulation like thing on their public address system down there of what it'd look like if the dam failed.
Those of you asking about silver, yeah, the simulation is pretty badass. But the silver price, guys, I do not know when it's going to break, but it will be after the market crash, because the crookedness that is involved with it will be over with.
So the little website that I tracked the silver at, when I bought my silver initially, it was at $5,287 an ounce. In the last month, it has dropped darn near $1,600 an ounce. But that doesn't really represent the true price of silver. That's their estimate at the current value of the federal time clock. But it was up there at 52 when I bought. But what you got to remember, the COMEX rule is no longer. And their first meeting that they was supposed to have with JP Morgan and Bank of America, that was canceled. Now there's another meeting coming up Well, it's more like they're testifying in front of Congress. Um, but it's the financial division or something. They want answers from them about silver and gold, mostly silver, and the COMEX rule and why it's been controlled for over 100 years. And it can't move up or down without them. They have the ability to freeze the price of it so they don't lose billions of dollars. That's all going to end. And that's when silver will skyrocket. I've heard it'll go between $5,000 and $10,000 an ounce. And if you're sitting on it, you're in good shape. But it don't sell. Hold on to it. No matter how desperate it seems, hold on to your silver. I didn't get as much as I wanted. I'm currently sitting on about, I don't want to say over 100 ounces, 150 some ounces. And it's easy to hide. Can you send me one of the enemas? I think the United States is actually getting ready to get an enema. Oh my God. Is it going down tonight? We got our spook CIA guy says it is. He said Biden's never been addressed as Air Force One ever before.
All government, when the SAR hits or when the big event hits, all government will be forced to step down, okay, across the world. So the G7 thing, man, is all CGI, I believe. There's not enough of them walking around free to have the conference in the first place.
Well, the last I heard with Scott that all of his channels were down on YouTube. So if he put anything out, it would just be on Telegram right now. That's why he was on the phone earlier and not online. They said it was the internet connection. That isn't the problem. His website's being attacked by the guy.
Let it go.
Okay.
We'll pray for Scott, guys.
Where's Biden? Who knows?
He's obviously playing with the cicadas at the airport where Air Force One.
Yeah. All of the countries are in lockdown at the same time. Recap. All right, I'll go over it again. I guess I sound like the news when they have a breaking story. I'll go back over what my buddy had sent me. First thing, little bit sent me before we started getting any more breaking stuff was the Democrats are ready for civil war. That was announced today.
Amongst themselves, though.
Yeah, amongst themselves. So what Jeff sent me today. So one of my friends contacts I guess sent me an email about Monkey Works doing a thing with the helicopters. The helicopters were running the same path as Marine One, so they got hold in the software of the tail numbers of the helicopters. And so when they did that, it came back owned by a film producing company. And on the board of directors sits Steve Mnuchin, former, let's not even call him former, Treasury Secretary. He has produced over 50 Hollywood movies. Okay. This is nothing new. So you are watching a movie. And then he sent me what is really blanking weird. I just did a track of Biden and supposedly leaving the United States for the first time ever as a president, and they called it Air Force One. He has not ever been even identified as, now that I think about it, not even a SAM, a secret, a special air mission for the Air Force. He's just been no designation at all on the plane. It's non-identifiable. It just what NA is what it says, not admissible. So today was the first time the plane was ever identified as Air Force One when he was on it. So that's up, and he's pretty sure that the Pearl Harbor lockdown was the reaction time for the skippers and the sailors to get ready, as well as time to get the bombers in the air. And we heard earlier today, Mike informed us that Whiplash, which is pretty good with intel, and so did the JFK Telegram channel, said that we will go to DEFCON 1. And I think Mike can elaborate more. He has more on the DEFCON 1 and the stuff that they had were talking about. DEFCON 1 means we're at war. Okay, guys? Bombers in the air. There is a nuclear strike or a invasion imminent on the United States. But they said that would be tomorrow. That could change. In 2 minutes is tomorrow. It's a 12:02 now. So we'll just see. Never on the slate. Mike's never on the slate. We just it's breaking news as far as we're concerned. We don't mean to keep y'all on here. We're just keeping you guys informed. If any more intel drops as we're on the show, we will let you know. That was the intel that we got. That's why we came back on. You guys wanted intel. We wanted intel. Maybe we got all we want and more right now. Yes, we're bang. We got good. There's a lot of people on here. So we just want you guys to get ready. We want you guys to know that you were supposed to have been prepping for this for 3 months.
One of the things that you need to understand about Biden leaving the country, if he supposedly did, allegedly did.
Allegedly, I like that.
I think that really he's still playing with the cicadas at the airport where he's supposed to left at, because they ate the engine on his airplane.
I forgot I was on camera. I just grabbed a peanut.
So the thing that you need to understand is that Ukraine has a warrant out for Biden's arrest.
Mm-hmm. There's my buddy,
all right,
my brother from another mother from down under.
So Ukraine has a warrant out for his arrest. I wouldn't put it past Putin to arrest him if he shows up. But the reality is that there's not enough people walking around to have a G7 summit freely. There's a lot of them have been arrested. I think that Biden's not allowed to leave the country in the first place because of the Ukraine stuff and the fraud in the United States November 3rd stuff. So there's a lot of contingency as whether Biden was on that plane or not. It is significant that it's the first time the call letters on the tail fin have been AF1 since he's taken the fake office. Monkey Works did a real good show on a lot of the call signs yesterday and showed us a lot of things that were very empowering. So if y'all want to post that in our group, Telegram group, everybody should go watch that.
Oh, I should just record what the intel is. It's so short. I'll read it again. Somebody said repeat it. Do you guys want me to repeat the intel again? The intel earlier today was that Whiplash and JFK / whatever it is said that we would be in DEFCON 1 tomorrow. Well, it is tomorrow. It's 12:05. So anytime today we could, according to them, allegedly, we could go to DEFCON 1. That is intimate war. That means we have our bombers in the sky. We also had a friend just call me, the new guy, Tim, that helps us, let me say us, with the show, with intel, told me that his nephew in the Marines hasn't been in touch in 2 weeks. When you are deployed and you're on, it's hush hush. You're not allowed to have your cell phone. So he just wanted to make that clear to us. And then our ex-CIA guy gave us some intel that he found it very unique that Biden left they tracked Biden, and supposedly the first time ever that Air Force One was the call sign when he was on it. Don't know what that means, but it's a little strange. and he said that the Pearl Harbor scare was a time to get all the skippers in line in the Navy on the ships ready and the bombers in the air. So that's allegedly what we heard. I mean, it ain't allegedly, that's what we heard. Allegedly, that's what we're at, where we're at right now. Incoming news later. No, it's a scare event, folks. And the scare event will happen to start the EBS and the blackout. It might be the blackout first. We don't know. But this is just information we're getting. Don't hold us under the bus tire if it doesn't happen tomorrow. We're just trying to get out the information what as we know it. Bob Marley and what's he call the other one? Flashbang at the Senior Living Center, which he ain't at no how because he allegedly is on Air Force One. Somebody's on Air Force One.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to say, I think I can read between the lines a little bit there, because there's only been one president on Air Force One since January the 20th, and that's number 19.
That's right. And I think 19's been riding around. You know, there's like 3 of them. I know there's 2 in service and 1 that they have for a backup, because when any president is on it, there's always 2 flying, so they don't know which one he's on. They're identical planes. They might have different tail numbers on them, but they're identical planes and can do exactly the same thing. Now, the end of the world airplanes are very, very similar, but have more communication ability to be up in the air. They look very similar to Air Force One, and I wouldn't be surprised if 45 rides around on them too. But we don't know. He's definitely not on the Trump plane because it's got the letters right across the side that says Trump.
The interesting piece is that there's pictures on the internet, Whiplash posted earlier, of the end of the world plane escorting Air Force One after it left today.
Wow, that could be used. That could mean this is going to happen, and whoever is on Air Force One is really the president, which would mean 45's on there, and the other plane is for communications. That's up, the end of the world plane is escorting them around because it has a massive amount of intel it can get, and it can scan everything. It has all kind of communications. Not that Air Force One doesn't have that, but they have massive communications and sniffers and all kind of stuff on that plane. That could mean this is actually going down, because if we're at DEFCON 1, if we go to DEFCON 1, the president would be in the air, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's a mobile White House. They wouldn't be putting the idiot in the air. They're putting somebody that's the commander in chief in the air. So this could be going down. Don't know. Allegedly, this is what we hear. I'm looking at Whiplash. He just put up 2 messages. Let me see what time. 10:06. That's he's just talking. He's really into that Bitcoin thing too. And imagine if he's that good on intel, he's pretty smart on that Bitcoin stuff too. Currently dismantling the Vatican, the Black Pope was taken down in 2020 under the Operation European Defender. The Black Pope, I can't even pronounce his name, Nicholas something, Supreme General of the Society of Jesus, Political Plan for the New World Order. The Superior General of the Jesuits, the Black Pope, and everybody knows, a lot of people don't know there's a Black Pope. Alfredo, Nicholas, and the 6 generals control the White Pope and Benedict of the Vatican, the Illuminati, the Zionists, the globalists, the elites, Council of Foreign Relations group, Freemasons, and the Council of 300, and the Evil Council of Trent. The Jesuits control the Knights of Templar, the Knights of Columbus, and the Knights of Meta. The CIA, the FBI, the NSA, M15, M6, NSCIS, the FSB, the DGSG, and Mossad, and every intelligence agency in the world is Masonic and controlled by the Jesuits. The Jesuits have infiltrated all governments and leaders: Obama, Rudd, Blair, and other leaders. I can't pronounce their names. Sorry. The Black Pope was an arsonist. Why is this significant that the first pope settled the first foothold of the Arabs and Moors? The Arabs and the Africans were always worshipped by the sun and Saturn. Sun worship equals Egyptian beliefs. Saturn worship equals Islamic beliefs. Sorry, guys, I don't read well, but I'm just trying to read this to put some fill in here. Jesuit symbolism is centered by around scared sun symbols dating back to the Nimrod and Nebulusca, the Czar days. Now, some of these words in the Bible that they refer to are super hard to read. Even pastors struggle. They have to study this. Now that the sun worshipers infiltrate the Catholic Church, this started in Christian Hero. I won't read no more because the words are too hard, and it goes on and on and on. Did you hear that, Mike? I guess Mike's on mute or gone, or maybe nobody heard me read it.
I heard you read it.
Okay. And you know, them words some of them words are really hard to pronounce. You know what I mean? And that's not my forte. My forte is just speaking, not reading content like that even somebody from Harvard would have trouble trying to pronounce some of the names in there. But it was just telling us about, Mike, would you agree, how evil that people don't realize the Catholic Church was actually that they actually had a pope that was in charge of the pope. You know what I mean? They are just crooked as can be. You know, what I've heard and read and seen in videos is the Catholic Church actually changed their masses to more of a satanic worship than actually the Roman Catholic masses. And I know they're called masses because I used to be Catholic as a child. That's what you go to. You get communion, you get confirmation. All these things are gone through the Catholic Church. All the things and the things that were hid through the Catholic Church are just horrid. And we're going to soon find out all about that. And I don't mean to upset anybody in any kind of way because I grew up as a Catholic. But it's all going to be revealed, ladies and gentlemen. It's all about to be revealed. The craziness that exists in the world. And people.
What happened to you? You there? Doug. Doug is frozen. Yep, Doug is frozen.
If you can, I'm back. All
right.
I've never had my video go out ever. Dude, something's going on, man. They're CGI-ing me now. I never freeze. If my signal freezes, we're in trouble, guys. And you know, Mark Victor Hansen, he never had any trouble with his internet. He froze a couple times tonight too.
Go
ahead, Mike.
A lot of internet outages. Go to the down site.
I would imagine a lot of crazy stuff's going on.
Yeah.
I get, you know, sometimes you get that gut feeling, you know what I mean, Mike?
Oh yeah.
We've had it before, but it you know, I've never froze like that. I've heard about it, but I've never seen it like in StreamYard. I was gone.
Oh yeah.
And then telegraphically I came back. I was beamed away and then I came back. I actually went to Germany and came back real quick. And don't think that they can't transport people like that. It's been going on for about 10 years now. They actually beamed people to Germany and it took like 1.2 seconds and they arrived okay. That's another day. What is DEFCON 1? I think I read it a while ago. Maybe I still got it up here.
How many on with us, Doug?
15,338 on just one channel. So y'all are staying strong. DEFCON 1 means war is imminent. Means that our nuclear bombers are in the sky, the B-52s, and all the other bomber planes we got. The military is at the highest level it can be. There's either a nuclear threat or war is somebody's attacking our country in some kind of way.
Okay, so the nuclear threat could be North Korea, guys. It's been no secret that they've been playing in the movie that they're testing again and all that good stuff. All right, so again, it's a scare event. We got to remember that, but it's still important that we be prepared.
BR549, you can contact me if my phone goes down. That's hee-haw, ain't it? BR549. I try to laugh because this is so serious. Like when I went to get operated on, I'm joking with the doctors. When I go see the doctor, I joke with him because I'm nervous. If I'm joking like this, guys, I'm getting a little nervous. I'm just be honest with you.
Somebody asked a very pertinent question. Why is it not in the news?
It would never be on the news.
Because the news is under the C_A's control, guys. And it's called the Mockingbird Media for a reason. The news is nothing more than lies and propaganda of the New World Order.
Yeah, and the word was that our B-52s were right up the English Channel 2 days ago.
Yes.
And also, if BR549 doesn't work, call me at 867-3409.
Wow.
I mean, we got to keep it light because it's very serious what's going on, guys. If this indeed allegedly is happening, we might not be talking to you guys for a while. And I know we said this before, but me and Mike ain't never stayed on here at 12:30 at night before, have we, Mike? Nope.
No, sir.
And I wouldn't be on here. What? Somebody just sent me something. Oh, that's an old video. They're showing our aircraft bomber fireworks is a drop today. Somebody's showing on George News. Wait a minute. George News doesn't show stuff like that, does it? They're showing highlighted bomber fireworks. Yes. And it's from Dan Chavino tweeted. Guys, I don't know. I don't know George News to put out that kind of stuff. Really? I've never seen them put that stuff out. Have you, Mike? Normally it's for, let me see what else they got on here. Just a statement by the president. That was June 9th, which is today. Statement from Donald Trump. We recently secured the border is now worse than ever. At no time in our country's history has anything so outrageous taken place. The Biden administration has stopped construction of a small remaining openings in areas and almost a 500-mile-long wall, have taken away all our authority from our great border patrol. And we have ended up with such the long fought for the policies, including the remain in Mexico, safe third agreements in our hugely successful program completely stopped catch and release. Millions of people are pouring through our border, including many criminals being released from jail, such as crimes of murder, drug smuggling, human trafficking in the history of our country has been more dangerous and worse than it is now. That's by the former president today. That was released. Where we go one, we go all, guys. This is like a special broadcast tonight. Mike's internet is not working properly, so he's coming through us by phone, which doesn't require as much. If mine should start going out, we'll keep the broadcast going by just voice too. We feel it's imperative to get the information out as it comes in. Nothing more has come in the last 45 minutes. Once again, Biden was announced as when he boarded the plane today. He first time ever being detailed said Air Force One. Now that doesn't mean who got on that plane or they allegedly got on that plane. That could be 45 in the air, is why it says Air Force One. And we've heard that it's been escorted by the end of time plane as well, the Doomsday plane, which is a plane that looks similar to Air Force One, but it's a communication plane that sniffs radar. It sniffs any kind of bad gases and all kind of stuff. It does all that stuff. Anyway, that's why we're still on at 12:30 at night, is because we heard some stuff. Yeah, well, we're all ready to bring it, and we appreciate your service, sir, for our country, that you're a veteran. DEFCON 1 hits. I don't think it's ever hit since maybe 911. If DEFCON 1 hits,
we never made it DEFCON 1. We've never had DEFCON 1.
Not after 911?
No. DEFCON 2 was as far as it went.
Okay, DEFCON 2, then all aircraft will be pulled out of the sky. The only thing flying will be our birds. And I don't mean missiles and stuff. Our military will be in the air. All commercial aircraft will land at DEFCON 2. Now, we'll just have to see. I know that a number of military planes going to be in the air at DEFCON 1. Bombers ready, loaded. I don't know if excited is the word I'd use for it right now.
I think I've got a strong gut feeling that a lot of declass is going to happen tomorrow.
Let me tell you guys, if it's like they said, Air Force One would not land, it would fly continuously, right, Mike? Air Force One at DEFCON 1, it doesn't land. It stays up with the mobile command center in the sky, and the Doomsday plane follows it around. And refueling jets stay nearby to where it goes. It travels at an altitude that most bombers can't go. Air Force One is specially built to travel above 45 to 50,000 feet. It's actually unknown how high it can fly in the atmosphere because it's specially made. I mean, we've all seen the movies about it, it has special stuff on it, and so does the Doomsday plane. The Doomsday plane, you can look it up on DuckDuckGo. I'm pretty sure it has nuclear sniffers on it. It has biochemical weapon sniffers on it. It has amazing radars. It might even can control HARP on there. It definitely, the president is control of the whole military on Air Force One. I'm not sure of the capabilities of the Doomsday plane, but I know it monitors stuff worldwide, right, Mike?
Yes.
You can look it up on the internet. Nashville in the house. Welcome to the show. They're still digging that street up from where that missile hit, but nobody talks about that anymore. Yeah, the lights have been funny at the White House. They went off at 10 o'clock last night, according to Richard, citizen journalist. What the hell happened? Nothing as of yet. Allegedly, Air Force One was identified with Biden on it as Air Force One for the first time ever. The tail has always just said not admissible on the plane. Allegedly, when he got on it, it took off as Air Force One. That could have been switched out for the real commander-in-chief. If we're going to DEFCON 1, that would mean the real commander-in-chief would be on the plane. Air Force One at DEFCON 1 flies continuously. It does not land until the threats are over where it can land. It's refueled and it stays in the air, and it is a command center for the United States. Doomsday plane monitors the world and sniffs for nuclear and any other threats. That's what we allegedly heard, and the scare tactic in Pearl Harbor was to get the skippers ready on all warships and get the bombers in the air. So that's what we're hearing from our guys. Don't know. I just say we've been told to get ready for 3 months.
We should be ready, guys.
I'm gonna hit the little boys' room. I'll be
all right. Someone asked in the Telegram group a little while ago if Obama created a shadow government when he left office, or did he leave peacefully and have a peaceful common transfer of power? And the answer is no. FISA court was still very much a thing, and he was still spying when he left office on the Trump administration. I'm doing great. Thank you. You can't see me because I got a new cell phone and I haven't activated the camera setup yet. I will do that tomorrow or later today. Excuse me. EBS wouldn't so much as announce that we're at war as they would announce and start telling the story. It's going to be a different kind of feeling. It's a different kind of war, guys. Jeff wasn't able to come on with us, guys. He did share some stuff with us, and we talked about that. Please look back in the replays. Very good stuff. We just talked about it a few minutes ago as well. The Doomsday plane could also house the quantum system operation center as well. Could, I guess. It doesn't matter if they're done with the audits or not. They've got everything they need. The audits were there to try to red pill the masses, guys. We are at war with the New World Order, the deep state, the cabal, the Luciferians, however you want to call them, the Jesuits. And it's an info war, guys. It's all digital. Thus the digital soldiers.
Can you hear me, Mike?
Sir?
Can you hear me?
I can barely hear you, sir.
Oh, you can hear me now?
No, I can't hear you. I can barely hear you.
What's going on?
I can hear you now.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. I can hear you now.
I think my microphone was kind of half off there. I decided to cut my camera off that way. Just do it this way for right now.
I think the bad faction of the C_A FBI 3-letter agencies have taken the bad faction of those have taken themselves out.
How many people have stocked up on? Who hasn't? That's what I should say. Who hasn't gotten themselves ready to have 10 days of food, medication, and everything else? Is everybody ready in case this happens? Ready. This guy says, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I live paycheck to paycheck. You could have picked up a Slim Jim every day for 3 months and been ready. And a bottle of water. You get a gallon of water.
We're going to have to count on communities helping one another, guys. Remember, it's a scary event, so everybody needs to remain calm and be ready for anything. But obviously, it's not going to get carried, but so far.
United Airlines, your reservation. Okay. I thought maybe they had canceled it. Then we'd really be in trouble, right?
Right. All right, Doug, let's say some prayer. And
I got you, bro. You know you, because if it don't go down, you still got to go to work. Right?
Yep.
Go ahead, brother.
Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for another blessed and loving and caring day that we had with our families, with our communities, and with our fellow patriots. We thank you for the added protection that you have given and the hearts that you have touched to make all of us aware that the children will be protected and taken care of, and we'll be rid of this mess that attacks our children across not only our nation but the world. We thank you for the grace and the love and the peace in our hearts with what's to come, because we know you are in control, and we have faith that you will do right by us as you has always promised and always followed through with. Dear Heavenly Father, we ask that you cloak in each and every one of us in the armor of God, and that we are able to be resilient and praise you for the things that are to come in the days instead of praise fear or scaredness. We ask that you give us the strength and the multitude to live through this as you see fit and come out of the other side of it united like never before. And we know that's going to happen because that's been your plan and your promise together. Humanity will win as God wins. It's in Jesus' mighty name we pray. Amen.
Amen, guys. If anything breaking should happen, I will come back live. I don't care what time it is. We love you. Stay close to your family. And God bless every one of you. And God bless the United States and peace in the world. Good night.